You ever walk into your own house after a long trip, and for a split second, you think you're in the wrong place? Like, maybe you've got the address mixed up, or you're losing your mind. That was me. Right there, standing in my own doorway, keys dangling from my hand. And there's Karen, the HOA president, mind you, pointing at my face and screaming, "That's him. That's the intruder." Like I was some random criminal who'd wandered in off the street. And let me tell you, nothing wakes you up faster than two police officers staring you down in your own living room while strangers in your house are sipping wine and laughing it up like it's New Year's Eve. Yeah, that happened. And buckle up, because it only gets crazier from here. So here's how it all started 20 minutes earlier. I'd pulled up after a brutal 3-day drive from Denver, road-weary and ready for nothing more than a cold beer and my couch. But when I got out of my car, I heard water running inside. I live alone, so unless my houseplants learned to shower while I was gone, that didn't make sense. The porch light was still burning. Odd, since I always kill it before a trip. The front door, too, was cracked open just an inch, as if someone had pushed it closed and never checked the latch. You know that feeling when your skin tingles, like you're about to find something you really don't want to find? That was me. I pushed the door open, phone flashlight out, pulse hammering, and got smacked with the scent of perfume and expensive wine, neither of which belonged to me. Voices floated from the living room. Laughter, clinking glasses, a low thump of music. For a second, I tried to tell myself it was the neighbors or a weird draft carrying sound through the walls. But I knew better. Someone was in my house. The guest bathroom door was wide open, towels I'd never seen draped over the rod, a lipstick-stained wine glass on the sink. That's when I started recording, just in case this turned out to be a break-in or something even weirder. My hands shook a little, but I kept it together, creeping down the hallway, following the noise. I rounded the corner and froze. There were 6 people standing around my coffee table, holding glasses and nibbling cheese like they owned the place. The women wore fancy dresses and jewelry. The men, button-downs and slacks. They'd even rearranged the furniture to make it cozier, more social. My dining table dragged closer to the living room, my chairs set up in a neat little circle. And nobody noticed me at first. Not until I cleared my throat and said, "Excuse me." My voice sounded rough, more angry than I meant. All 6 heads whipped around, and for 1 second, nobody said a thing. Then the closest woman, blonde, late 50s, pearls, the whole deal, looked me up and down like I was dirt. That was Karen. Karen Mitchell, queen of the HOA, living 3 houses down. She plastered on a smile so fake you could hear the glue cracking and said, "Oh goodness, you're back early. We thought you'd be gone until Friday." She gestured at the room like it was her summer home. "We're just having a small HOA board meeting to discuss landscaping. Your house is so perfect for gatherings. Since it was empty, we thought we'd make use of it. Don't worry, nothing's damaged." I stared at her, still recording, trying to process. "You broke into my house to hold a meeting," I said, dead flat. Karen's smile twitched. She glanced at Dale, the treasurer, who was suddenly very interested in guarding the wine bottle. "Well, broke in is such a harsh term," she said, tone dripping with condescension. "The HOA has community access provisions. We did try calling you, but it went to voicemail. So we used the spare key from the maintenance company. Really, we're doing you a favor by keeping an eye on things." And I thought, yeah, right. That key was for the maintenance company only, and only for emergencies, with my written consent. I checked my phone. No missed calls, no voicemails. Karen was lying to my face, holding a glass of my $200 Barolo. And nobody blinked. The rest of the board started looking shifty, but nobody moved to leave. I stepped closer, camera on Karen's face. "I need all of you to leave. Now." Karen's sweetness turned cold. "No need to get upset," she said, acting like she was soothing a toddler. "The board works hard to improve property values for everyone. Surely you appreciate that we're just doing business. That benefits you directly." Dale piped up, "We've been here for 2 hours already, working on the budget, playground equipment proposals. It'd be disruptive to move now. Maybe give us an hour?" He gestured at a stack of HOA documents, calculators, laptops, official papers. They'd set up a whole office in my house. I felt the anger boiling up. "You moved my dining table. You rearranged my furniture. This is trespassing." The secretary, a gray-haired woman with a floral scarf, snorted. Oh, trespassing is such a dramatic word. The HOA covenants say we can use community resources for official business. She waved her phone, scrolling. Section 12C, community business takes precedence. I snapped. This isn't community property. This is my house. You have no legal right to be here. I'm filming this. Leave now. Suddenly, the room got tense. A couple of them backed up, but Karen squared her shoulders and glared at me. Recording us without consent could be considered harassment, she warned. There are legal consequences. And then she reached for her phone. Maybe we should call the authorities and let them sort this out. Dale was already on his phone. The secretary nodding like a bobblehead. That might be best, Dale said. We have documentation. Someone's become aggressive toward us. You have got to be kidding me. They break into my home, throw a party, and now I'm the threat? I kept the camera steady as Karen dialed, her expression icy. Yes, hello? There's a man here, aggressive and threatening, taking unauthorized photos, making us feel unsafe. The board circled up behind Karen, playing the role of frightened victims. The secretary clutched her chest. Dale gathered documents like he was protecting state secrets. They're on their way, Karen announced, oozing self-satisfaction. I told them about the aggressive behavior, unauthorized filming, the threats. Someone needs to assess what's happening. And there I was, still recording, watching them orchestrate a scene where I looked like the bad guy. The sheer audacity almost made me laugh. You people are unbelievable, I said. But you made one mistake. Karen cocked an eyebrow, so sure she was untouchable. And what's that? She asked. I grinned, for the first time all night. You forgot about the security camera on my front porch. It's been recording since before you got here, especially the part where you used the spare key. The blood drained from her face. For a split second, her confidence cracked. But by the time the sirens wailed outside, she'd fixed her mask, smoothed her dress, and stood near the door in perfect view of the incoming police. The officers, a tall guy with gray temples, a young woman with a military bun, stepped inside, scanning the respectable scene. Nice cars in the driveway, well-dressed board, me near the kitchen, phone in hand. Karen rushed up, hand to throat. Oh, thank goodness you're here. He's been agitated, making threats, filming us without permission. The younger cop's eyes swept the wine glasses, HOA papers, cheese plates, then landed on me. Sir, put the phone down, step away from the group. The older officer's voice was calm, but you could tell he meant business. These folks reported aggressive behavior while they were conducting community business. I tried to explain, this is my house. I just got back. These people used my emergency key, no permission, drinking my wine, using my stuff. I pointed to the evidence everywhere. Karen just shook her head, acting like a disappointed schoolteacher. We followed all procedures, she insisted, waving official-looking documents. We have the agenda, minutes, signed agreements. The officers reviewed her paperwork, growing skeptical. These seem to be in order, the young one said. Do you have documentation showing they weren't allowed? I felt the ground slipping. My spare key was for emergencies, not parties. My phone, 0 missed calls, 0 voicemails. The cop cut me off. Please keep your phone put away. The complainants say you were recording them, which can be harassment. It was like watching my own life get rewritten in real time. Karen and her crew turned my home into their office. My request for them to leave became threats. My camera, harassment. Dale stepped forward. We tried to work it out, but he escalated, followed us with his camera, made demands. We even offered to include him. The secretary nodded. We've never experienced such hostility. This behavior undermines community harmony and safety. Each statement layered on more, until the officers shifted into full protect the volunteers mode. And when the cuffs went on, all I could think was, is this real? The metal was cold, the process routine, disturbing the peace, making threats, blah blah. The real punishment started after. The phone calls, the online posts, neighbors calling me a psycho, a threat to volunteers, demanding my removal. And Karen? She posted an official message online about the unfortunate incident. How the board prioritized safety, how volunteers were threatened. People piled on, demanding stricter HOA rules, even a petition to get me kicked out. I couldn't even comment, my account was suspended for ongoing legal matters. It was the perfect cycle. Karen's lie got me arrested, the arrest was proof of guilt, and I couldn't say a word to defend myself. But then, I remembered the security camera. The footage was clear. Karen using the spare key, letting herself in, board members arriving. No knock, no call, no nothing. Only one hitch, no audio. The video showed the trespass, but not the lies. Still, it was something. I went hunting for more. I found a silver earring in the bathroom, definitely not mine, and a note, written in crayon, hidden behind the toilet. Mom says we can swim here whenever HOA meeting happens. Pool party at the mean man's house. Signed Emma M., Karen's daughter. Turns out, my house had been the secret community pool for months. The next day, I called the maintenance company that kept the spare key. The manager, nervous, said, "We keep logs. If you want records, file a formal request." Karen had already warned them legal stuff was coming. I requested the logs. Meanwhile, I dug into the HOA rules. Section 12 covered only community spaces, never private homes, and demanded written notice and consent. When the logs came in, the picture was damning. 17 times over 6 months, the HOA borrowed my key for so-called inspections. 17 times, no emergencies, no repairs, just unauthorized entry. And every single time, my security system showed them disabling sensors and alarms, proving they knew exactly what they were doing. I pulled up my phone records. No calls, no texts, no emails from Karen, ever. It was a pattern, not a mistake. And just as I was prepping my complaint for the sheriff, a process server handed me a lawsuit, Karen accusing me of harassment, defamation, and demanding $50,000 or a restraining order. But her lawsuit opened the door for discovery. My lawyer, Patricia, lit up. "She's claiming your accusations are false. That means we get to prove they're true. This is a countersuit waiting to happen." We hit back, accusing Karen of criminal trespass, fraud, conspiracy, and demanded a forensic audit of the HOA. Suddenly, Karen was suspended as president, and the other board members scrambled to distance themselves. But she doubled down, spreading rumors online, even contacting my boss to sabotage my job. That's when we filed motions for sanctions, went to the state attorney general, and prepared to take everything public. The next HOA meeting, standing room only. I queued up my evidence, video of Karen using my key, maintenance, logs, pool party footage, phone records, Emma's crayon note. The crowd gasped, board members shrank in their seats, and Karen tried to bolt, but the exits were blocked. Within a week, she'd resigned. Criminal charges were filed, my arrest expunged, legal fees paid by the HOA, and new board transparency rules rolled out. Property values went up, the neighborhood felt safer, and Karen moved away. Her empire built on lies finally toppled. You ever wonder what real justice looks like? Sometimes, it's not a judge's gavel or a courtroom drama. It's the truth, laid bare for everyone to see. Now, I want to know, if you'd been in my shoes, would you have fought back or just moved away? Drop a comment, share your own HOA nightmares, and don't forget, subscribe for more chaos, laughs, and wild true stories, because this is just one chapter in the saga of modern neighborhood living.